Okay, today we are returning to a town we've heard of before, a little town called Canton, Massachusetts. Now that may ring a bell to you, and hopefully it does. It's been in the news a lot, and may you never get into a legal issue in Canton or in Massachusetts where this goes. But we are returning to the case of Karen Reed. And yes, it involves lawsuits. It is a little change. This is Karen suing the city of Canton, the Canton Police Department, and various individuals, and one of which we are going to be discussing more so in this video. And this one particular person is a police officer. He is a detective. Now, he doesn't work per se for the Canton Police. I mean, he does, but he's on assignment over to the DA's office. So they are a police officer, a police detective working for the DA. So when they need police services, they go to the one guy and he takes care of it, for like investigations and evidence handling, which includes decrypting, yes, and deloading, downloading images from cameras and other digital devices. Big mistake there, but we will get there. We're coming. I shall now bless our wonderful screen with our guest of the day. It is this bozo. This is ex-officer Proctor, and apparently, rumor has it, ex-married Proctor. Rumor mill is his wife is divorcing him. She probably realized he's a bigger douchebag than she thought the douchebag she married. Again, that's rumor. That is all rumor. Let me adjust this down a little bit more. That is all rumor on that aspect. The marriage thing, or lack of marriage thing. But anyways, this officer has been with the Canton Police Department for many years, many years, and has done a lot of detective work and a lot of data retention and evidence collection and evidence protection for many years as well for the DA, office of the DA. And again, he is on assignment to the district attorney. So the district attorney just has to go to him rather than having to go find officer of the day out of the police department. They have one person assigned to the district attorney, and it's him, douchebag. This officer has been fired for what was found out that he had said about Karen Reed in the two cases against Karen Reed, the one that they tied, and the other one which she won. But he got fired from some of the information that came out on that case with that information that had come out in that case from his cell phone. It has since come up that there is a hell of a lot more on his private phone. Now, pretty much everywhere in the United States and pretty much every company, including police, any government office, definitely, your private phone is your private phone and your work phone is your work phone. That's the way that goes. But if you use your private phone for work, make work-related phone calls, transfer work-related materials, copy work-related materials onto your phone, that phone no longer becomes your private phone. It is now open for investigation. It is now open to a subpoena. It is open to have that data released, except for any phone calls between him and his, or any information between him and his lawyer. That's privileged. That's still intact. Also, keep in mind that in this interim, while they were looking at one phone and getting all the information off of it, he was given or acquired another phone. And they inquired to get that. And, oh, golly, wouldn't you know it? He lost that one too. Yeah, he just lost it. Who knows where it went? Probably on the floor along with his buddy's badge and sidearm after drinking in a police unit to the point that neither one of them remembers the evening, and one of which who has forgotten and where his gun and badge was. Yeah. Anyhow, this wonderful officer, in his role with the DA, would be investigating and or doing evidence collection for any case that comes across the DA, including like sexual harassment, sexual abuse, standard, lawsuits, he said, she said stuff, and any other case that in which evidence on a phone needs to be downloaded for the police department or for the lawyers, pro and con. And a lot of that information is very private, but it's needed for certain, law matters. If someone's doing nasty things with your pictures, if, revenge porn, things like that, they have to be downloaded as proof. But we trust police. We're supposed to trust police. Police are the people who come to help us. Granted, when you meet them, they're often, having, they've already gone through a lot of piss-ass people who, it's hard to keep a good face when you're dealing with all the negativity in the world. But for the most part, they're supposed to be people you can trust. Not as fun as a fireman. Fireman shows up, everyone's happy the fireman's here. Cops show up, not everyone's so happy cops are here. But that aside, this bozo used his personal phone to transfer this data onto. And it wasn't just a matter of convenience downloading it onto his personal phone. No. He downloaded it to his personal phone so he can then share it with other police officers and college buddies. Now, one of the other police officers he shared with is his sergeant, his boss, who liked it. Did not discipline him on all along with saying, "What the fuck are you doing downloading this crap onto your personal phone?" If there are RAPE photos and evidence against somebody on there, and he's downloading it, that means these ladies got violated a second time by him. But what came out in the original lawsuit when they were going after Karen for having killed John O'Keefe, which, by the way, since she's been proven innocent, and in all this time since the body was found in the yard, they've never looked for any other possible suspect as to who they think could have done it. Immediately, it was blame the girl, and was one of the ones first convinced to do it to cover for his buddies. I'm quite sure he did it to cover for his buddies, police buddies. And in that one, we discovered one of the messages to his boss and two other police officers was no nudes yet. As he was going through Karen Reed's phone, supposedly getting, data for the case for the prosecution of her for, they claimed she killed John O'Keefe. So, looking for nudes. Not only did he speak very derogatory about Karen, saying many very inappropriate things on his personal phone. Okay, that could just be what, venting. But he's also saying it to other police officers. Not good. He's also using his official phone from the police office police department to say derogative things about Karen and the case, which is a no-no. Again, another no-no on this numbnuts. Granted, he's worked for the police department for many years. He should be well aware of the aspect that if you do anything work-related on your personal phone is no longer work-related. Same thing if you're doing private things in your work computer, they're no longer private. So if you've been doing sexting at your work on a work machine, that ain't private info. That's now the machine's property of the owner, company. Same thing with the police department. But again, you're moving that evidence over to your personal phone for your own personal jollies or to share with your buddies. That phone is now evidence to be used against you for the crimes you are committing. It is illegal to do that. Additionally, it's not just Karen, of course, as I am pointing out. Any case that went through the DA's office in which a phone extraction had to come through, dipshit was the one doing it. It was probably looking for nudes. And of course, there's probably so many of them, they haven't bothered to locate some of the people or all of the people on his phones to let them know that he has taken their pictures and used them inappropriately, which they don't want to do because, of course, then they would have hundreds of lawsuits on him for that. Not just for him, but for the police department and the city. But if there were convictions, depending on which way the conviction went, that has to be looked at to be overthrown. But not only is he, basically violating women who he has a very, very low opinion of. Yeah, that face has a. Maybe he's cute in a puppy dog way. I guess I don't know. Hey, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. But I completely derailed myself. Where the hell was I? We're gonna have to do a little splicing right here. Ah, yes, we're okay. We're good. Not only is it the nudes and searching of nudes has been discovered, it is also that he's a racist, and apparently the only people he likes are bald men. Oops, I'd better look out for that. Again, he and also he is, I gotta stop saying he doesn't think very highly of females. He's an anti-Semite. Has no problem dropping the N-word. There's basically nothing redeeming about this fellow. And he's been openly chatting with this attitude, dropping N-words, speaking derogatory towards women, being very prejudiced against people other than white bald-headed men. Openly to his police sergeant boss. And they let it go. Until now. But where we're at is, again, Karen Reed suing this bozo, this clown, personally. And he's probably related in the lawsuit against the police department as well. Mr. Clown over here, his lawyer is now claiming privacy rights. That his rights are being trampled on. And that anything on his personal phone is personal. And there's no reason for it to come into any other case. It's his personal phone. And it's a violation of his rights. No, it's not. And somehow he's got a lawyer arguing that, and he's got a judge going, Well, actually, he's not doing that. From what I saw, every time I saw the judge was doing more of this. Yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah. Mm. Until the lawyer for Karen Reed started going into detail about information on the phone that they want to use against him. And he cuts her off saying, please don't say anything further because it was a televised uh, hearing. And of course, Canton does not want this information out, especially there. So the judge kept saying, I got you. I understand what you're at. I'm with you. Don't say any more. What she has every right to say anymore because she's just outlining details that they're requesting from his private phone that they should have, again, absolute rights to. But they're pretending they're hiding. They're saying he's the victim. All the abuse he's been getting. The poor man lost his job because of this. He lost his pension most likely because of this. This is horrible against him. Interesting. All of these things are because of his actions. These aren't things happening to him. These are things happening that he did. These are actions he did, not actions happening to him. There's a little confusion going on there, apparently, and Mr. Brains here, Egghead, and his attorney. And I have absolutely no idea. Well, I mean, we all know why they're not interested in getting this information out. Like as I mentioned earlier, they are up the ass in lawsuits, or they will be up the ass in lawsuits. For every bit of information that comes out that this guy, while wearing the badge, while on duty, using police equipment and personal equipment, was doing with it. Looking for nudes. Damn J-word. Damn N-word. Some wackadoodle woman. Some nutjob female. This man is not a man. Mr. Proctor shouldn't even be Mr. Proctor. His behavior is that of a teenage boy. Oh, look, there's nudes. Let me share them. Oh, look. Oh. Not to mention he was also looking for nudes at midnight on Karen Reed's phone. So what the hell is he doing looking for nudes at midnight on her phone for? Not even during business hours. Maybe his other hand was busy while he was looking for nudes with the other hand. Don't know. Probably so. Probably something he does frequently. Anyhow, this is the wonderful, wonderful world of Canton's police department. And of course, he had his review. His reviews all marked him as excellent police officer, trustworthy, loyal. But they're also claiming that no one told him that using his personal phone was against the rules. It apparently wasn't written down in a police manual, police procedural manual. So how could he even assume? How would he even know that moving official police business off of a police phone or police devices onto your own for your own pleasure is not allowed? Yeah, right. I don't believe that. Even if you worked at McDonald's and you used your phone for personal business and something, an event happened, or I mean, use your personal phone for work-related business. Sorry, that camera would be handed over for the attorneys from McDonald's, or the attorneys from the guy who owns the franchise of McDonald's. But anyways, I'm gonna wrap this up. I just can't believe this guy. I can't believe the ball's on his attorney to actually try to pretend this poor guy's a victim. He's been abused by the public. They call him names. Oh, they call him names. Are they going through his phone and pulling out nudes of him and showing them with everybody on this side? Yeah. Oh, he's screaming personal rights violations because they're doing things to him far less worse than what he's done to a lot of women out there. And again, no telling what he did pertaining to tampering of evidence or intentionally going after one person and one person only. And gosh be golly, who needs evidence? My word's good enough. I hand it to the DA. Done. Ba-ding ba-dong. High conviction rate? Actually, I never heard if he has a high conviction rate or not. Being part of the DA's office, he probably doesn't really show up in that area per se. But anyhow, this douchebag has got to go. He needs to go and go far. And I'm wishing Karen Reed all the luck in the world in suing the hell out of him. I mean, hopefully he does. Well, he probably doesn't have any money left anyhow if he's actually getting a divorce from his wife. But get him, Karen. Get him. And get, again, the city of Canton. Bankrupt the city of Canton and their police department and their DA and their ADAs who are participating in this. And like I said, this isn't the only case. There's the case of the young lady who supposedly hung herself. There's the case where they claim one lady was nut job. They shot her. And she was a cop. There's the cover up of a police officer, a detective, who was so drunk off of his ass, he swerved into oncoming traffic into a medical transport vehicle, killing the person the medical transport person was being transported. And he ran off or walked off or stumbled away, and the cops let him stumble away. No one went to investigate if he's okay or not. No one went to talk to him. No one went to get a blood alcohol test from him. He's claimed probably the damage happened to his car. In a police chase. I don't know what his excuse was, but this went unreported to the uppers. Cover up by all the guys on his level, all the people around him. Cover up, and they have proof of the officers who were there at the scene who did not report it. So the chief supposedly never knew about it. I don't know how you don't know about the fact that one of your officers just killed an innocent civilian in an auto accident because he was drunk off of his ass. The officer. Okay. Good luck, Karen. And God bless to the rest of you.